Don't look at the unicorn.
And don't touch it.
Don't look. Don't touch.
Don't touch. No. Don't
Watch
look.
with
Don't
us,
look. Don't touch you. Stop.
Don't
Don't touch.
Welcome back to our show. Watch with us, Meba. Where we discuss whatever the fuck we want to discuss.
And this month, we're discussing childhood films that we're revisiting and seeing if they're still up to snuff. Which we just watched Legend, which was a film from when I was a kid, which stars a very young Tom Cruise.
Super young.
Very
like before
young.
balls drop.
Anyway, so a babysitter brought this over when I was very young, and now rewatching it, I feel that that was probably an inappropriate choice.
How young were you?
I think
You'll be allowed to make this.
I was 9, maybe 10.
Yeah, still a little young.
Feels a
I don't
little
know
young.
what
This was like a
age
very
kids-
sexual movie.
It was. They made out for quite some time.
No, not the making out. The
They made out!
the devil who's trying to like possess this woman and puts her in a very sexy situation.
Oh, that's true.
You thought I was talking about the making out?
Yeah, I don't think, like, yeah, she looked good, but I wouldn't be like, oh my God, she's sexy. I think her hair ruined it.
Her hair was awful. Little crunchy curls.
I
I always try to figure it out, and I can never figure it out.
No, that ruined her hair, ruined the whole thing. It was like supposed to be
I
sexy,
know,
but that
it
hair,
wasn't. And then
that-
her like big V dress.
it just ruined the whole vibe. If her hair was good, I'd be like, she had good hair.
Yeah.
I would be like, oh my God, so sexy.
I just wasn't sure what happened to her hair. It was like it disappeared and turned into like crunchy spaghetti noodles.
And then like it was like they put so much makeup at her hairline to make it do this weird V thing.
I thought it was like a cap.
I thought it was makeup or like paint.
Could be. Anyway, what did you think of this film? What would you give it? You've never seen it before, right?
I've never seen it before.
I've
it was
seen it
super
before.
weird.
Yes.
It was
What do you mean,
I didn't enjoy
What do you
it as
mean?
much as like
How dare you? This movie.
I like the main little elf guy, but
Yeah.
I mean
He's a Keebler elf.
I enjoyed like elements of the story. Don't get me wrong, I think I love the elements more than the actual story.
What do you mean the elements?
I love unicorns and I love how unicorns come from virgins, and I think that's super interesting.
Well, from purity.
I like the metaphors in the story.
What metaphors?
Like just like what purity stands for, and how like the devil and all that stuff, like of how like basically taking away the light, how without light, I guess that's not really a metaphor, like there can't be light without darkness or vice versa.
Sure.
Like
Not exactly a metaphor.
I said, yeah, not exactly a metaphor. The unicorns are a metaphor though.
A beautiful metaphor.
A beautiful metaphor.
Yeah.
It was a okay movie. I wouldn't say it was like a favorite. I would give it a 7. Maybe.
I can understand where you're coming from. You didn't grow up on this.
I didn't grow up on it
I
at
think
all.
watching it now, you'd be like, those graphics are not as good as they could be.
Well, just like Mario Kart that we've been playing on the 64.
It's not exactly the same,
It's pretty similar.
but I will say that like watching it.
We're riding unicorns.
Okay, that's a great idea. Copyrighted. No, but when I was a kid watching this, it was like magical and amazing because that's what it was at that time. Now it's like you've had a million things out, like Avatar and things that go beyond the scope of what we know in cinema. So the idea of regressing back to this idea, even though a lot of the elements in this film were practical, which I think practical effects hold up a lot longer.
Yeah.
But I mean, I always thought, and I think I even thought then, when you see like, the unicorns, I always think like those poor horses had to get like little things glued to their heads. Like, I don't know. But I really loved this movie. When I was a kid, I loved it. I thought it was so great. I think it was really exciting to me to watch like this fantastical adventure and this
Fantastical?
Yes. Fantastical adventure. Yeah, thank you. And I think more than anything, when I was a kid, I really just loved a love story that came from like a fantasy vantage. I think that was something that was so not part of my life as a child. And it's this idea.
What?
I know. And it's this idea of like, oh, what could be in the future, or oh, this could be your life, and
With unicorns.
yes, and like in the most fantastical best way when you're a kid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously not the best way that you get kidnapped by the devil and blah blah, blah, but
Mhm.
you know, this idea
With
that
horrible hairdo.
someone loves you so much and they'll go through all these trials to find you. And but then again, like once I grew up, I was like, well, why didn't I go on the adventure and not be the one who's being saved? But you know, I would give it an 8.5. I think it's a classic, cult classic. Tim Curry is amazing.
It is good as the
As
darkness.
The darkness.
The darkness.
I loved it. I love revisiting this movie. I will definitely watch it again, probably soon.
That means I'll probably watch it.
Probably. I loved it. It was great.
Tim Curry's horns were fucking huge.
Gigantic. Because he was horny.
Horny as fuck. He has horrible taste. With that fucking horrible hair.
Oh, on the girl?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why he thought that. Oh, okay. The scene where she's dancing with the dress.
Yes.
Oh, that always scared me so much. And like watching it now, it's still creepy as fuck. Because the dress has no face. And then suddenly she's wearing the dress and dancing.
Mhm.
And it's like,
The faceless girl.
yeah, very scary. And the fact that the fairy girl is like, you know, she's like, oh, I love him, so I'm going to lie and not tell other people my...
I feel like that's very,
Ugh.
like, what you see on fairies. I liked how they followed that train, like, of how fairies have, like, good intentions, but they're devious.
Oh, they're mischievous, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we watched it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear what you thought of it. Thank you for watching.
Never.
And we'll be the legend that lives on.
I'm just going to be the
I
unicorn.
can't get my arm in. We'll be the legend that lives on.